I'm really, really, really excited for what we have next. And super special with the sun starting to go down, so it's not as hot as it was earlier, right? It's gonna be like 90s now. Summer is officially here. And summer, Iowa City, you guys know it's the best. It's the absolute best. Tonight, we're gathered to celebrate the beauty, resilience, and strength of our Black community. We're celebrating our culture, our history, and our future. What better way to do that than by honoring the incredible individuals who helped shape our journey? For our fashion show, sponsored by Green State Credit Union, we have the Wright House of Fashion. They will be showcasing a collection of costumes that pay tribute to our Black leaders and heroes, representing both contemporary Black leaders and historical civil rights figures, all who made a difference. We're celebrating the full spectrum of Black excellence. So this will be the perfect time to see what you want to do and up your wardrobe for this summer weather. Please, please, please help me welcome the Wright House of Fashion.
Hello, 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 everyone. All right, so my name is Tayshana McGee. I just want to say thank you all so much for coming out today and get ready for the fashion show, okay? Yes. So, I would like to sit here and thank you all to celebrate the freedom of all Black people, formerly enslaved and descendants. Thank you so much for joining us and celebrating this Freedom Day. I just want to say thank you to the sponsors. I just want to say thank you to the Community Foundation of Johnson County, for the City of Iowa City. I thank you for the Downtown District for sitting here and hosting us today. Round of applause, please. Thank you. And lastly, I would like to thank Andre Wright, the owner of Wright House, for giving us models and opportunity to express ourselves through fashion, all right? Now it's time for the show. Yes, so I am Opal Lee, also known as the grandmother of Juneteenth. So I would like to first say hello to all my grandbabies. Hey. I am also known as an American teacher. I am also known as an activist in the movement and a counselor. And I would like to sit here and declare that I am also the reason why Juneteenth has been federally recognized as of today as a holiday. Yes. All right. And now we are going to get this show started. Ashada Shakur is an American political activist and convicted murderer who was a member of the Black Liberation Army. In 1977, she was convicted in the first-degree murder of State Trooper Warner during a shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike. In 1973, she is currently living in exile in Cuba. Welcome, Ashada Shakur.
In the United States, and specifically African people born and raised in the United States. Socialism is an integral part of building social justice on this planet. The condition of my people, my history, was very much connected with other oppressed people, and I began to see that the same foot that was on the necks of the Vietnamese people, that was on the necks of all oppressed people on the planet, was the same foot that was on my neck. And so I began to understand that imperial...
Rosa Parks. She was a pivotal figure in the civil rights, whose refusal to give up her bus seat to a white man in 1955, yes, sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. Her courageous acts of defiance became a symbol of resistance against racial segregation, igniting a national movement for justice and equality. Rosa Parks.
Why you didn't sit in the back of the bus that day?
About the third stop from where I boarded the bus, there were some white people got on, and they took all the front seats and left one man standing. And when the driver saw this man standing up,
White man.
yes, he was white. He didn't. The passenger didn't ask for the seat at all. They didn't say anything, but just found a place to stand. The driver noticed him standing, and that is when he told the four of us to let him have the
Angela
seat.
Davis is a revolutionary activist and scholar known for her fierce advocacy for civil rights, prison abolition, and social justice. A former Black Panther, she gained prominence in the 1970s and continues to challenge systemic oppressions, emphasizing the intersection of race, class, and gender in her revolutionary work.
Confrontation, violence.
Oh, was that the question you were asking?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. When you talk about a revolution, most people think violence, without realizing that the real content of any kind of revolutionary thrust lies in the principles and the goals that you're striving for, not in the way you reach them. On the other hand, because of the way...
Malcolm X was an African-American revolutionary, Muslim minister, and human rights activist who was a prominent figure during the civil rights movement. Welcome, Malcolm X.
The police the same way. They put their club upside your head and then turn around and accuse you of attacking them. Every case of police brutality against a Negro follows the same pattern. They attack you, bust you all upside your mouth, and then take you to court and charge you with assault. What kind of democracy is that?
Marcus Garvey. Jamaican-born Marcus Garvey was a prominent of the Black nationalism and Pan-Africanism movements, which inspired the Nation of Islam. Marcus Garvey.
I greet you in the name of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League of the World. You may ask, what organization is that? It is for me to inform you that the Universal Negro Improvement Association is an organization that seeks to unite into one solid body the 400 million Negroes of the world. To link up the 15 million Negroes of the United States of America with the 20 million Negroes of the West Indies, the 40 million Negroes of South and Central America, with the 280 million Negroes of Africa, for the purpose of bettering our industrial, commercial, educational, social, and political conditions. As you are aware, the world in which we live today is divided into separate race groups and distinct nationalities. Each race and each nationality is endeavoring to work out its own destiny to the exclusion of other races and other nationalities. We hear the cry of England for the Englishman, of France for the Frenchman, of Germany for the German, of Ireland for the Irish.
Whitney Houston. Whitney Elizabeth Houston was an American singer, actress, film producer, and philanthropist, nicknamed The Voice. Okay? She is one of the most awarded entertainers of all time with multiple inductions into the Hall of Fame. Whitney. let's welcome Shirley Chisholm. Yes. She was a trailblazing and radical political leader, becoming the first woman elected to the U.S. Congress in 1968. She's an outspoken advocate for civil rights, women's rights, and economical justice. She ran for president in 1972, challenging the political establishment and inspiring future activists and politicians.
She was a Carib Indian. She was about 6'4". Remember her so well. She used to wear these boots that were laced up to her knees, and it would take her a good half hour every morning when she would get up to lace these boots up or what have you. But she was a woman that really inspired me fantastically. She told me at a very young age, I was 3.5 of course, she told me, child, you have a good brain. And you've got to make the most of yourself as you grow up, in spite of the fact that you're black and that you're going to be a woman. So from that standpoint, I say she was an early feminist. She didn't even know it. And she instilled in me, not mediocrity. She said, the world is full of mediocrity.
Colin Kaepernick is an American civil rights activist and former football quarterback. He played 6 seasons for the San Francisco 49ers in the National Football League. Go ahead, Mr. Kaepernick.
Yeah, I mean, what I said was I agree with the investment in education. I also agree with the investment in free universal health care, as well as the involvement in helping end apartheid in South Africa. You know, I would hope that everybody agrees those things are good things. And trying to push the false narrative that I was a supporter of the oppressive things that he did is just not true.
You were taken out of context, you think? That's another remark before he passed away.
Yes. Yeah, it was completely out of context.
James Baldwin was an American writer and civil rights activist who garnered acclaim for his essays, novels, plays, and poems. In 1953, novel Go Tell It on the Mountain has been ranked among the best English language novels.
Black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they're forced to lead in this country. And they're forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their co-citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, that they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country. They know that.
Welcoming Misty Copeland. She is an American ballet dancer for American Ballet Theater, one of the 3 leading classical ballets companies in the United States. On June 30th of 2015, Copeland became the first African-American woman to be promoted to principal dancer in the ABT's 75-year history before then.
To live a life of innovation and change.
My community. I mean, I was brought up, you know, by a biracial mother, single parent, 6 children, and to see her strength and, you know, the strength that so many black women possess, it is what has given me the will and just the strength to be able to be in this position and deal with, you know, all of the setbacks and being the first and being the only. And I'm just so grateful and will never kind of forget, you know, where I came from. And I wouldn't be who I am if it weren't for the support of the incredible
Bob Marley. Yes. Singing about love, peace, and Jamaican social justice. Marley became the preacher of positivity with powerful lyrics like "One Love, One Heart. Let's get together and feel all right." When his popularity grew, He knew people were listening, so additionally made his priority to fight for the rights of other colonized countries in Africa. Bob Marley.
I mean, we don't like establishments. Well, yes, everything. This is the music say, death to black and white oppressors, to all oppressors. You know, we deal with human beings, we deal with the purpose why God created man in the first place. And all man should live. And we, these people, want to live like how God said man should live. And through reggae music, we convey our message because there's a lot of people not living that way.
Huey P. Newton was an African-American revolutionary and political activist who founded the Black Panther Party. He ran the party as its first leader and crafted its 10-point manifesto with Bobby Seale in 1966, welcoming Mr. Newton.
The long-awaited decision in the Huey Newton murder trial, which has drawn worldwide attention, is now very near.
As far as the proceedings thus far, that the courts have only reflected the racist attitude of the general power structure, that I haven't received a fair trial, that I should not have been indicted in the first place. I was indicted by a blue ribbon grand jury, a middle-class white grand jury that did not represent a cause.
I'm wishing on a star that acknowledges the resources lost to our people, a star that ensures the opportunity to make a living for families to no longer have their backs against the wall from government assistance, a wish for our fathers to no longer dismantle themselves over minimum wage, a wish for our mothers to never wonder how she will feed her children. I'm wishing on a star. For our law enforcement to be servants of the public, to no longer be persecuted for being who we are, and to be tried in court with peers chosen within our community. A great man who once had a dream once said, "The true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice." I'm wishing on a star. A star that acknowledges the resources lost to our people. A star that ensures the opportunity to make a living for families to no longer have their backs against. I'm wishing on a star for our wealth to be acknowledged and returned. 400 years of conversation, you can add that to my paycheck. Still waiting by the door to receive the 40 acres and a mule that ain't came yet? Showing respect and gratitude, for there is no quantitative amount that can repay centuries of blood and sweat. I'm wishing on a star that may lead a nation, a star paradoxically singular yet abundant. Having the free will to choose one's destiny, no longer fearing the oppressor's weapons. I'm wishing on a star. So I wish on this star, for us to remember the stars no longer here, for us to be taught and aware of our history, to reconnect with our true identity, to see stars bursting with light. When I see you, Black Nation, I see stars. Know yourself, Black Nation, for we are stars. I wish for our stars to lead. I wish our stars to succeed. A community of stars with a desire to know, a nation of stars that encapsulates the idea to glow. Stars changing the world is what I wish for. I am a revolutionary, and I am a star.
Okay. I would like to just call out the models one by one, their names, so that way you can just give them thanks for doing this fashion show. So, Antonio, could you please walk? Give a round of applause for Antonio. Yep. Then we'll flood after this. Quincy Jones. Round of applause, please. Arabia. Lexi. Okay. Miss Janaya. Mikhail. Woo! Woo! Mr. Tommy Clay. Alexis? Okay. Miss Lexis. Miss LaKayla. Would you like to bring your son? What's his name? Okay. We have father and son, Nehemiah and Nehemiah Jr. Go ahead, son. Go ahead. Okay, and wisdom? Okay. He left his son. Yes, we'll blood after this. And lastly, wisdom. I don't know, should I introduce myself again? Okay. Okay, maybe we'll flood after me when I go. So come with me, y'all. And I am again Tayshana McGee.